Hello, Commanders, and welcome to the Reservoir. I'm Mr. Mean Raindrop, and I will be your guide. So, there've been a lot of YouTubers put out a lot of great stuff in the history of Save the World, and those videos are still useful today, even though some of them are 3 years old at the point I'm recording this. The reason I am recording a set of videos is because a couple of reasons. One, those videos are dated. Some of the information is out of date. And two, I struggled when I was learning with what does this guy with Wall of Gold, heroes and weapons, have to do with me struggling to get through my first SSD. They were useful. I'm not saying they're not. It's just they weren't real relatable. So I decided to set out and put together a series where I'm starting where you are. This is the first home base defense, and I skipped most of it because it's a training mission and you should have learned stuff from it already. But the point of this series will be to go through it with you and to show you tips and tricks as you need them, rather than show up, as a power level 131, which is max, and with all gold heroes and talk about how you can do stone wood with level 1 wood. Well, you can, but it's not recommended or easy, especially not at low levels. The higher your power level, the easier that type of thing is. So this series will focus on doing what you need to do at the level you need to do it, and it will be mainly for those who bought the game through the Metal Team Leader Pack or later packs that are released, July of 2020 and later. The idea being that this account will have exactly what you have. Well, not exactly, because no two accounts are exactly the same, but we'll have the same type of power and tools that you have, and we'll go through how to use them and building and all the different things as we go along. If it's of interest to you, glad to have you here, and hope that we can offer some small amount of insight into the game. My primary account is one of those Wall of Gold accounts, and I will occasionally bring it up to make a point, but I will not regularly feature it on this series. I will say much of this series will be played in pubs. I'm going to go out to public and play with randoms. I do have a couple of friends that are willing to help me out, that are a little bit higher power level than I am, but for the most part we'll be doing it in public lobbies. There will be some solos, and that's because some of you are soloing, and I want to make sure we talk about the differences and how to be successful as a solo. My first account was almost all solo, and at higher power levels I can tell you that's actually not a positive, because you can't defeat the MSK solo. So if you haven't built up a team, you'll struggle with beating him. MSK being Mythic Storm King, that's the final big boss in the final area of the game. But for now, we're more focused on how to play. We're not going to go crazy about what's in the future. We'll get to that when we get to the future, if this is popular enough to warrant continuing the series. So I'm going to let you all see the rewards I got for that mission, just because people seem to like seeing rewards. I'd like to give a shout out to all the YouTubers for Save the World that came before me. Their information, as I said, is still useful, and I'd like you to consider going out and watching some of their videos. They got me through, and I'm sure they will help you too. The problem is you have to figure out what's still relevant and what's not. Traps have changed, and heroes have changed, and I mean, it's kind of interesting. I was watching a video and saw a skill tree pop up. Nothing to do with me. There hasn't been a skill tree since I started this game, so it was pretty old. Alright, we got a new pickaxe, and notice it says autofill has updated your squads. That's your survivor squads. Alright, we got a hero and 2 survivors. Good stuff. Now we're gonna get our daily reward, which you'll get these every day, and they roll over when they max out. That's the number they max out on is huge, so I wouldn't worry about it. But it's something every day, and then because of the mission, we got scouting party.
The shield is up, the survivors are safe, and Ramirez is ready for action. Not a bad start. Luck, let's see that status report.
And Ray is great. You'll hear a lot of lines from her. And our next mission,
Okay, good reporting. Just one small note. Let's maybe try not to cry in the water? Even if the storm is closing in and our power reserve indicators are...
there, I let Ray.
which is not energy efficient at all. But none of that matters because we've got Vendor Tech on our side. Our sensors are picking up an active Vendor Tech research facility in this zone. Lead the way,
Alright, so
Commander.
our next mission will give us some ammo, some weapons. That's all good stuff. Until next time, this was just an intro, and the next one will be actual gameplay. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you around in the future. Mr. Mean Raindrop, gone.